Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Kemi, and I'm here to talk about Love Island USA Season 7, Episode 27. So we start off where we left off with the stand on business game, and everyone has dispersed. So it's like the guys are with the guys, and the girls are with the girls, and they're all discussing what happened with the game. The guys are asking Ace how he feels. He don't really want to talk. He's still a little bit upset. They talk about the Amaya situation. They talk about the Chris and Huda situation. They didn't like how Alandria blurted out about them kissing. They didn't think that was right. Whatever. We're with the girls, and all the girls are on the couch and they're talking, and then you got Huda on the side pouting and not being with them, and it's just like, girl, if you didn't want to talk to them, take your butt to the room. Like, you didn't have to go over there with them, but she's over there pouting, looking off into the corner, all this other stuff. So the girls are talking to Amaya, bigging her up and all of that. Alandria's talking, and she's telling Clark to watch, open her eyes and look and watch Taylor. And it's just like, girl, he picked her. Leave them be. Let them be in Delulu land together. We got the guys talking, and Taylor's mad, like, oh, I can't like, I low-key mad that she was trying to cuss me out. And it was just like, but you deserved it. You played in that girl's face for 3 weeks, and you deserved every lashing that she gave you and more. What she did was light. She didn't give you no work. You deserved what Huda. I'm not even gonna say you deserved it, but no one deserved what Huda did to Jeremiah. Sorry. But you deserve the lashing. And again, that was very light. But I digress. So, again, the girls are talking. Grayson, like, was a little bit upset about the whole question that Pepe had got about how it wasn't um he didn't like her or whatever. She was like feeling bad about it or whatever. Amaya gets up to check on Huda, and Huda was just like, I don't want to talk to anybody. And and then gets up and walks away. And it was just like, girl, why did you even come over here? Like, she just pissed me off. I was just like, you came over there to get a pity party and no one was paying attention to you. And finally, when you got that attention, now it's just like, I don't want to talk to anybody. And then you walk off. Girl, bye. You should have never came over here. Like, just irritating. So everyone's getting ready for bed that night. And uh yeah, everyone's getting bed for bed that night. And the girl, Grayson, Amaya, and some other people, and a few, I can't remember who else was in there. I think Clark was in there, and I think Adrena was in there, and they're talking about again that, and Jada maybe have been in there, and they're talking about again the question that Pepe had got, and they were just like, man, whoever wrote that is a pussy, and they wrong for that. Like, they couldn't even stand on business and sign their name to it, and that's not cool, and they wrong, and X, Y, and Z. And Huda's in the room, like, putting up her stuff, and she's slamming drawers and slamming closets and all this other stuff, and they're just looking at her like, are you okay? So she walks out and leave. We see Olandria and Shelly. They're in the speakeasy and they're talking about it. They're just like, they were drained, they upset, they stood on business. Boom. So everyone goes to bed that night. We see Huda and Chris in the bed, and Huda was just like, oh, sorry. We see Sierra had came into the room, like the makeup room or whatever, and Adrina was talking about, yeah, Huda came in here, she was just slamming, and it was just like, okay, and it was just like, exactly, like, girl, you said you don't want to talk to nobody, so nobody's talking to you, and now you're mad that nobody's talking to you, so you're trying to get attention so that somebody can talk to you, just for you to tell them you don't want to talk to them. Stop it, Huda. You too old to be acting like your 4-year-old daughter. Stop it. Put your big girl panties on and talk to the people you want to talk to. And if you don't want to talk to them, quit making a big to-do or a fuss about it, because ain't nobody going to pacify you. Stop it. So again, everyone's in the bed, everyone's going to sleep. We see Huda telling Chris that she's the one who wrote the question to Pepe, and how everybody's talking about her and calling her a pussy and all this other stuff. And it's just like, so you didn't stand on business, basically, is what you're telling me. You didn't stand on business. And I'm gonna come back to this conversation when we get to the end, because I have a bone to pick with Chris. Cause you tried it. So they wake up the next morning. Everybody, all the girls are in the makeup room getting ready for the day. The guys bring them breakfast. Ace done brought Shelly a breakfast and a little flower that she wore all day. And he's still bringing her flowers even though she mad. So um Huda comes into the room, into the breakfast room with her breakfast. I mean, into the makeup room. She comes in there with her breakfast. She takes 2 bites and then takes her food and then goes and eats in the speakeasy by herself. And it's just like, Huda, are you serious? Are you really serious? And did nobody pay her no mind? Because you were really, like, you were doing the absolute most, girl. Like the absolute most. Like, girl. Ugh, just irritating. Like, ugh. So we see Amaya and Zach talking. They basically end things. She tells him F off, like, don't talk to me, like, you doing the most. Cause he gonna talk about when you first wanted to kiss me when we were in Casa, I didn't want to kiss you. And it's just like, uh, sir, don't do that. Don't do that. Like, for real. Because he gonna talk about I didn't want to kiss you, but you picked her because y'all kissed, because you couldn't kiss Alandria. And you was complaining about the fact that you couldn't kiss Alandria. So when you and Amaya kissed, that was the deciding factor on the reason why you picked Amaya. So now you're trying to say that she made you kiss her and you didn't want to? Sir, I'm glad she cussed you out because you deserve that cussing. So they end things. Then we see Pepe and Grayson talk, and they end things also. He basically tells her, yes, what he told her the night before, it ain't you, it's me, and I'm stuck on Hannah, and you need to take your butt on home, Pepe. If you stuck on Hannah, you need to take your stuck self out of here so you can go be with Hannah. Enough. So Alandria and Huda talk. Alandria apologizes for putting her business out there. They squash whatever beef it is that they had. Shelly and Huda talk. Huda apologizes. They squash whatever beef they had. They all good now. They get a text and they find out that they're about to find out America's been voting on some questions, whatever. um and so they all get, it's this challenge or whatever this thing is, it's sponsored by Maybelline. So we see all the ladies getting getting dressed and putting all their makeup with the Maybelline stuff and the lashes and whatever. So then we get to the burst your bubble. That's what the game was called or whatever. So we were voting for most to least in different categories or whatever. So the guys go first, and the first question was most to least genuine, and the guys put themselves in the order that they think is the most to least genuine, and then the girls decide if they're right or wrong, and then they switch them up, and then Ariana tells them, nope, this is how America voted. So for the most to least genuine, it was Pepe, Chris, Zach, Nick, Alon, Brian, TJ, Austin, Ace, and then Taylor. And it's like, excuse me, Pepe is the most genuine, the one who's been fiending over Hannah and ain't told Grayson. That's the most genuine. Chris, the most genuine, and we ain't seen him but 2 episodes. and he hasn't done anything in these 2 episodes, but he's the most genuine. And then y'all got Austin before Ace as the most genuine. When he sat in Amaya's face and she asked him if she was doing too much, and he said, "No, you're perfect," and then went to go tell Jeremiah that she was doing too much, that's more genuine than Ace, who has been speaking his mind this whole time. Taylor being least, that's understandable because again, you played in Alandria's face and you weren't genuine about it. So yes, you being least, that makes sense. But the rest of this list didn't make no sense. We gonna move on. Best to worst boyfriend material. Again, the boys put themselves in how they thought it was, and then the girls said how they really think it is. Ace put himself as first. He thought he was the most, and then they put him as second, and they put Alon as, I can't remember who they put as first. But anyways, so when they say, when we get the list is Pepe, Chris, Nick, Alon, Zach, Brian, TJ, Ace, Austin, Taylor. And again, Ace, who has been making breakfast, planning dates for himself, planning dates for Taylor, doing the most for Shelly. Y'all put him as eighth boyfriend material. Y'all put Pepe and Chris. Y'all put everybody else before Ace. And none of these boys have done anything that would even remotely seem like y'all are boyfriend material. These votes were meant to humble these people, and that's not cool because these votes don't reflect how America sees their favorite players. Because we're gonna get to that to the end. But the way that these votes, or the way these votes came out, it's crazy. So then we get to the girls. So again, we get the first one is most to least trustworthy. The girls um put themselves in there how they want it, and then the boys put it how they want it. So America voted as Amaya, Iris, Olandria, Grayson, Huda, Sierra, Jaden, Shelly, Audrina, and Clark. Again, y'all put Huda before. Huda should have been the one that was least trustworthy. Alandria should have been down there at the bottom for trustworthy because of what she did the night before. Because these votes were done after last night's episode, the speak your mind or stand on business challenge. So with what she's done, Alandria has been spilling everybody's secrets this whole season. She spilled the secret between about Nick kissing Bella and then going to kiss Sierra. She spilled that secret. She spilled the secret to Austin about Huda being a mom. Then she spilled the secret about Chris and Huda kissing in Speakeasy. But y'all voted her as third. Now I love Alandria, that's my girl, but she ain't trustworthy. And y'all put Shelly down there at the end, and Clark at the end. And again, trustworthy. I felt bad for Clark in this instance because it was just like she was voted based off of her actions and how she went about like this whole smirking and all of that. So that doesn't, I don't know if that reflects her as being genuine. I mean, yeah, I guess it does. I guess, but I felt bad for her. But I will also say that her and Taylor both thinking that she was voted down there because of Taylor choosing her. That ain't why. You was voted down there because of your own actions, how you smirking and all of that. You just seem like you was trying to embarrass that girl, so that's why you was voted the way you was voted. I do feel bad for her, but at the same time, it's your own actions. But Huda being above anybody, mm-mm, because she spilt Huda and Alandria being above anybody, because they both spilled other people's secrets. So I digress. So then uh the next one is the most to least genuine. And the girls put themselves how they want, and then of course the guys. So when the guys was doing it, um Chris, and this is where I'm about to get on his behind. Chris put Chris said that Clark and Audrina should switch spots, and Audrina should be the least genuine because she didn't admit to her question what she wrote until 2 rounds later. So the night before when they did the stand on business, she had wrote that question to Austin, and apparently she didn't say that. Like when we saw it, it looked like she had said it right away, but apparently she didn't say that she's the one who wrote the question to Austin until 2 rounds later. But Chris, you saying that when you know the girl that you are laying next to is the one who wrote that question to Pepe and embarrassed Grayson and did not stand on business, because nobody knows till the airing of this episode that it was Huda who said that. You wildin'. And that's why you should not have been genuine. You are not genuine. You are not boyfriend material. You are you Cause excuse me, like you real life said that Audrina needs to go to the bottom because she didn't stand on business. When your girl still ain't standing on business right now. I do not like him. Bec- Anyways, so America voted Amaya as the most to least genuine. Amaya, she is very genuine. She wears her heart on her sleeve. I'm gonna give that one to her. So it's Amaya, Iris, Olandria, Grayson, Huda, Jaden, Sierra, Adrena, Shelly, and then Clark. And again, Huda is not genuine. She is not. Like, just off of what we have seen up until we did this voting. Like, oh, girl, whatever. So the next one is couples you want to go on a vacation with, most to least. So I can't do they yeah they put themselves in how they feel like the order should be. Amaya and Zach put themselves first, which makes sense because Amaya has been winning all of them, so of course whoever she's coupled up with would go there. And then Ace and Shelly put themselves as second, which they look like they would be, you could have fun with them. So um Ariana says the order that people how America voted. So it was Amaya and Zach, Sierra and Nick, Grayson and Pepe, Huda and Chris, Iris and TJ, Jaden and Austin, Adrena and Brian, Shelly and Ace, and then Clark and Taylor. That's how the votes went. Like even looking at the list written out, it's just like, again, I understand Amaya and Zach, and I guess I understand Sierra and Nick. I guess I could see that. But the rest of them, none of them are couples. Grayson and Pepe, they barely talk to each other. Huda and Chris, whatever. Iris and TJ, yeah, child, I guess, child. That's how they list. That's how they was listed. Um, child, whatever. So these lists was just like wow. So now we get to, they find out that America has been voting on their favorite to least favorite girl and boy, and the bottom three girls and the bottom three boys are in jeopardy, or she's gonna say the bottom three, and they're in jeopardy. Like not single, but they're in jeopardy. So the bottom three girls is Jaden, Grayson, Audrina, and the bottom three boys is TJ, Taylor, and Austin. So they're all standing up, and then they find out that only one of them will be saved, and each Islander has to go and stand behind the person that they want to save. So Clark goes first, and she stands behind Taylor, of course. Then Iris is next, and she stands behind TJ. Then Brian is next, and he stands behind Jaden, which he said he wants to explore her. So I get that makes sense why he stood behind her. Um, what's it called? Adrena is like pissed, which is understandable, but at the same time, she didn't friend zoned him. She did let him know that she wanted to explore. She still wants to explore him and others, but he was just like, oh yeah, I'm good. I'm gonna explore whatever. I'm gonna explore Jaden, so I'm not even trying with her, and she's boring. And it's just like, you're trash, but whatever. Pepe's next, and he stands behind Taylor, and Grayson is pissed, and it's just like, girl, why are you pissed? Because he literally told you this episode he not featuring you. He misses Hannah, so girl, I don't know why you're surprised. Um, Alon is next, and he stands behind Grayson. Then Olandria is next, and she stands behind Austin, which I understand because that is her friend. They since the beginning they've been talking about them being besties. That they cool. So I understand why she stood behind him. Taylor was looking upset, like, "Sir, what you looking upset for? You thought she was gonna come save you for what? You played in her face, and then you was just talking bad about her earlier this episode. She don't know it, but still, like, you really thought she was gonna save you, child. Okay, whatever. Huda's next, and she stands behind Adrena. I give that to her. Chris is next. He stands behind Grayson because Brian is his boy, so I give that to him. Zach is next, and he stands behind TJ. I guess. I guess. Okay. Amaya's next. She stands behind Adrena. Shelly is next. She stands behind Adrena. Nick is next. He stands behind Taylor, of course. Ace is next. He stands behind Taylor, of course. And then Sierra is next, and she stands behind Taylor. Girl. Child. Like, girl. I wish she would have stood behind Adrena so we could have had a tie and then see what was gonna happen. But yeah, she stood behind Taylor, and I feel like she stood behind Taylor because of Nick, and also to stick it to Alandria because it was just like, you kissed my man, so I'm gonna keep the man who did you dirty in the house. I'm just talking, that was probably not really true, but that's where my head went. But yeah, she went and stood behind Taylor, and that's why her behind almost tripped. Because yeah, girl, why would you go and save the man who did your girl dirty? Like, child, I guess. So Taylor is saved, so that means that Jaden, Grayson, Audrina, Austin, and TJ are dumped from the house, and Iris is boo-hoo crying because that was her boo thing, and it's just like, girl, go home with him. Go, bye, leave him. This is the second time your connection has left. Go with him. Go with him. They have a talk before he leaves, and he was just like, I'll wait for you on the outside and all this other stuff. And it's just like, if that's the case, then she just needs to go with you, because if she finds a connection in here and they make it through, she ain't gonna dump him to come to you. Like, just go now. Like, but child, whatever. So that's how the episode ends. We have those five people leaving, and yeah, that was this episode. Uh, I can't believe Sierra. I really cannot. But yeah, I guess, child. I really guess. Sorry. But yeah, so that's how this episode ends. Let me know what you guys thought about this dumping. I'm glad they dumped a lot of people because it was way too many people in this house. And I feel like they still gonna bring in some bombshells because now you have Brian is single, Iris is single, Pepe is single, Alandria is single, um, Elon is single. So that's five singles because we only have, yeah, it's five singles because there's Ace and Shelly, Taylor and Clark, Nick and Sierra. Yeah, that's it. That's all the people. So yeah, cause Jaden and Austin, they were together and they left together. Audrina left Brian, Grayson left Pepe, TJ left Iris, and then Alandria and Elon were already single. So yeah. So I'm guess not I'm guessing, but I feel like there's going to be, I don't know. I feel like there's like two or three more bombshells are coming, but we're also, I feel like another recoupling should be happening. If I'm not mistaken, like a recoupling should be happening. So it would be, I think it would be Girls' Choice because it's more guys in the house now. So that means that a guy is going to be dumped because it's, yeah, because there's more girls. There's more guys than girls. So that means that the next recoupling, if they don't bring in a bombshell, should be the girls picking a guy and one guy will leave, will be dumped, and then will be at an even field, and then they can bring in the one girl or one guy or however they're gonna do it. Cause I feel like we still got 2 more weeks left of episodes, and we slowly dwindling down. So we only have one closed off couple right now. So yeah, this season, I don't know if this season has been about love or not, but I feel like at this point in the game, we should have had more closed off couples. Like Ace and Shelly need to be closed off. You got Nick and Sierra. It, I mean, if Taylor wasn't being who he was, he should have been closed off with Alandria by this point. We should have at least two or three. I mean, Iris and TJ were low key closed off, but they got separated. But I digress. We shall see. Get down in the comments. Let me know what you thought about this episode. If you like what you see, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one.